Not too long ago, BDS were the new dominant team on the EU block, but Stumpy, in this grand final, if they can get a bracket reset, Team Queso can match a record that's belonged to BDS for a very long time.
Winning 2 regional events in a row is an incredibly hard feat. I don't think anyone is surprised by that whatsoever. It just comes down to whether Queso have got the ability to do it and take it away from a world-dominating BDS in this Premier Cup.
Well, it's a long, long way until we can start saying that Queso are even the favourites in this one. Team BDS looking almost back to their absolute best, and they have the joy of coming into this one from the upper bracket. Can they be stopped, Stumpy? Can Team Queso play as well as we know they can?
Yeah, certainly. I don't think there's much doubt that Queso really can take it to BDS. Considering the last time these guys met in a grand finals, BDS walked away 2nd place. Queso beat them 4-0 in the upper final and took the championship, you know. I think it's definitely one of those situations where on their day, Queso can do it, so long as BDS start to pull back, exactly as Shogun said. But early shots coming out for BDS are showing they have no intention of slowing down.
Even in the early doors there, we saw what was best from both of these teams, with Rise going for bumps and demos off the ball and Extra just completely faking 2 or 3 Team Queso players out the pitch. And, you know, it's a really good start to this grand final when they're already trying to do what has been working for them. None of this just eking each other out at the beginning of game 1, which we never want to see, just going straight into it.
How do you find Joyo's car change? How do you think that's working? Because Monkey Moon, he's already slung one past, and he's showing that the Octane may well be the way to go.
Well, Team Queso can have a little bit of fun with it so far. They've now qualified for the major, but they'll still want to win this one. They'll have to get past BDS. And with Monkey Moon getting back into the scoring, it's going to be harder than ever to do so. He really has stepped up recently.
I mean, that Mach-E, the Mustang Mach-E, I saw Wavepunk tweet about it earlier. He is in love with it. He's a big Mustang man, and it looks so good on this pitch. Johnny Boy did have a couple of reservations about it. I think that these new cars, or the different cars at least in the RLCS, they definitely leave question marks in people's heads. You know, are they really trying their hardest? Obviously, yes, they are, but I think it can work as the placebo. Either way, you know, pressure, is it off, or are you just trying to convince yourself that you don't need to have as much of an impact on the game?
Well, you say that pressure is off, but maybe it isn't with mistakes like that on the backboard from Rise, who normally is so dependable wherever his team need him, but that was a huge error, which Monkey Moon is always going to make the most of to make it a huge start for Team BDS. 2-0 in a series that if they start it well, the journey that Queso have to take just becomes longer and longer.
I mean, both those goals as well scored by Monkey Moon, a man who is rocking a 76.5% goal participation. 1 in 4 goals from BDS goes in without any of his intervention. He is one of the top in Europe for that. He is the highest rated player in Europe. He is everywhere on this pitch, at the back for saves. He's 2nd at the moment through this event, through the Premier Cup. You have to try and shut down Monkey Moon, and he makes that near impossible.
Here he is again, coming in from the side from Extra's pass, getting all sorts of the ball. And Team Queso are absolutely pinned back in their half so far. But that's better from Joyo, just getting past one player and then at least forcing a 50-50 against Mark by 8. Is it going to fall to any Team BDS players? So far, not yet. Intercepted really well by Team Queso. Every single time it looks like it is going to fall to a BDS man, as Mark by 8 puts that one to the side, right into the middle. The pass isn't quite there, and Team Queso haven't quite woken up yet.
Yeah, I think this break, you know, it's going to do them a little bit of good, being able to rewind, figure out who they're playing up against and change their tactics a little bit. Equally, you might want to stay hot. So far, Queso looking like maybe they cooled down a little bit too much, and BDS, despite their hour-and-a-half break, 2-hour break, whatever it ended up being, they are still coming up the gates on fire.
Ooh, almost a chance there for Rise. Joyo, can he do any more with it than just hit it to the ceiling? On this occasion, a Monkey Moon dribbles it away. But I mean, if one team are used to coming from the upper bracket and keeping themselves warm after massive breaks before a grand final, it will be Team BDS. They have won so much in EU. Coming into the season, they were by far and away Europe's best team. Going to the major, they had those question marks and they answered them absolutely hugely. So it's a team that will never, ever just shy away from a challenge. And there's no challenge on Extra right now. The double tap into the corner. Mark Bay has a shooting chance to the backboard. He goes. Monkey Moon's coming in, but Vatira with an all-important touch.
I like how Queso defend, frequently sending that ball to the backboard. It looks dangerous and it looks scary, but if you remove the ball and take it into a negative angle to shoot from, then the opposition has no chance of scoring. 2 goals up, though, and BDS continue their fabled push.
They're still coming on. Joyo's going to have to keep doing this defending for Team Queso. It's looking pretty desperate for them at the moment, hoping for this boost. Just looking to do anything with it. Extra to the backboard. Joyo is doing more defensive work. But this isn't where Team Queso want to see him penned back. They want to see him moving forwards. Take some chances on the other side. They just can't get rid of the ball. This is BDS at their best, Stumpy. Their opponent's unable to clear.
I mean, that's what the desk was scared of. Showing BDS at their best and being a terrifying team to try and take down. Definitely showing it. In Queso, though, not looking as hot as they were before. Starting to solidify. No longer being that molten fondue volcano we know and love.
Ooh, extra putting that one to the side, and BDS are looking like they're going to see this first game away. As Team Queso can change things quickly. That's a better change of pace from Joyo. Bayate's diving in, but isn't going to get there. Rise has to win this race against Monkey Moon, and he does. Maybe an opportunity is arising, but BDS defending so well. They were saying on the desk they have been upping their defensive fortitude coming in to this event, and it's looking like it's going to pay off as Monkey Moon can clear the ball away. Team BDS take this first game, and Stumpy, they were much the better team.
Yeah, I mean, having that amount of pressure is something that BDS are going to absolutely thrive in. I think Queso needs to try and shut them down. And that change of pace about 30 seconds ago from Joyo, slowing it down in the midfield and sending, I think, Monkey Moon just flying past him, that's something that you can really work on. You can take their sheer speed and their aggression and use it against them. Let the Giant topple themselves.
And they are the Giant, though. Team BDS just looked pretty dominant in that first game. 3 more, and they finally win a regional in the 21-22 season. We didn't see this one coming, them having to take this long. And something, if they do it, they qualify for the major as well, which isn't something they'll be feeling pressure about. They will always assume that they will make the major, but it's still just more freedom for Team BDS to express themselves.
I mean, BDS qualifying, and it takes them until the second regional to do it? Washed, question mark? No, Queso have already done it. We've already got one team going through from Europe that will be heading to Los Angeles, which is incredibly exciting for them. You saw how much it meant to the team on their player cams when they won and through their interview with Coach Nick. BDS attempting to join them and, you know, beating Queso to get there, I think that's a very good sign for them if they do.
It was just a superior team performance from Team BDS, though, really. We didn't see anywhere near enough from Team Queso. We know that we can see much more from Team Queso. We've seen that today. We saw it the last time they played Team BDS, even though they lost. And we certainly saw it the last time they played Team BDS in an upper bracket final, when they 4-0'd them on the way to winning that first regional. So, much more to come from the Cheesy Boys. And Joyo's trying to get it started now to the backboard, but just not quite enough boost. And Team BDS's defense continues to impress.
Yeah, their offense has been sublime, but then when you look back and see how they do defend their back line, it normally falls, and I'm going to harp on about him again, to Monkey Moon. I said earlier, he is second in saves in Europe so far through this split. He has just looked unbelievable. He has been so snappy across the face of the goal, and it means that when anybody does shoot, you need to try and remove somebody, because otherwise, Monkey Moon, he's going to chuck his car in front of that ball.
Or maybe some of the Team Queso exhaustion starting to show. 2 Game 7s in a row to get to this point today, and those slight missed touches, it is completely brutal. Those slight missed touches are starting to rear their ugly heads a little bit too often, which Team BDS, you just know, are going to make the most of it. That's better. Joyo to Rise, a bit more incisive in the attack. They cleared it away with some power. The pass again from Team Queso. It's just not quite coming off for them so far.
Look at how BDS defend, though, sending multiple people to one ball. It's not scary when one of them at least gets it away, because then one of their players in net remains low and then they keep it calm. On that goal line, even if you get it to the backboard going for the double, you've got 2 players to contend against. It's impossible to knock bricks out of that wall.
More possession for Team Queso in this second game, though, and a demo from Extra and Vatira will at least got BDS for now. That was actually a really good demo. Now they're flying in. Extra's got a taste for human flesh, it seems. Rise is going to take over from Vatira, but his touch isn't ideal. It does allow in Joyo, though, at least for now. Bayate smartly lets the ball run across him and then clears it straight past them. More brilliant defending for BDS.
It's on Queso now. How can they attack? With Rise taking a low touch, Monkey Moon is immediately on him, using their swarming, suffocating playstyle that did them so well to win the full major over in Stockholm. But a chance for Queso to try and work their way out of their half. Rise to the midfield, does find Joyo on a 1v1. Can he get around with that? Mac E isn't quite able to. Falls to Vatira, who ends up whiffing. Rise shoots it wide. Such a good opportunity from Queso, just missed and passed up.
Good read there from Joyo when it looked like Extra would be free if he'd got that touch cleanly. Mark Bayett's going to close down Rise. Now, are we going to see a repeat of what we saw in that first game with Team Queso unable to clear their lines and BDS just swarming? That is a much better start from Joyo, winning the 50-50 and getting Team Queso away from things. All the pinches right now going in Team BDS's favor, but that one does fall to Vatira, who manages to get a shot away from Mark Baye, and now Vatira is getting the demos back for Team Queso, so a good response to them when it was Team BDS showing a little bit more firepower earlier on.
I love those demos. Vatira is trying to just weaken that back line and trying to stop their defense from being so frustrating to play against. Monkey Moon having to tap it away from that incredible French prodigy. Joy a chance to tap it down. He does so, finds Rise with a backflip. That's fine though, that was calculated. Monkey Moon otherwise was beating him to the ball. The game sense is there, and Extra senses weakness.
Absolutely slams it home, does Extra. Not too much was happening until it falls to the big Frenchman, and then bang! What a finish.
Rise just turning in the midfield, thinking he can challenge. Not the worst idea, maybe should have gone for a shadow challenge instead. Go up early, at least slow Extra down so your teammate can then get back and defend a little bit more traditionally. Isn't able to do that, however. BDS yet again with the lead, and Team Queso yet to score.
They're going to have to grind out some goals here, our Team Queso. The mechanics aren't quite working for them, which is understandable after their long day. So team plays, demo plays, just somehow getting that ball across the goal line just to give them something to get a bite into is exactly what they need. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is mechanics. Joy with the musty flick and dribbling it forwards. But of course, Monkey Moon, he cannot be fooled.
Yeah, good defense from Monkey to keep that one out. I think now we're going to be seeing Team Queso try and go to their more free play style that they do like to go for when things start to stack up against them. They'll try and go for awe-inspiring, bewildering plays. Try and wrestle it away from the defense. Good demo from Mark, opens it up, but Rise can catch Extra shot from the backboard with a flip reset. Again finds Monkey Moon, who needs a bit of boost, and so will refill on the garage in the corner. Vatira finds Joyo on the backboard, but nobody is there. Rise lets that ball fly past him, and Mark finds Extra, and the pressure dissipating again.
You're completely right, though, about the mechanical plays. Team Queso just looks so much happier in this second game to keep the ball to themselves and go solo, try and force the issue a bit more. That's what we want to see from them. That's when they can be so dangerous. Here's Rise. He catches it. Can he fit this one into the corner?
Brilliant.
Yes, he can.
Absolutely brilliant placement from Rise as well. Slows it down, and look at how it draws out the defender. Mark does start to get bumped, and then he has to come out. He has to leave the net. Extra is on the backboard. It's not going high, and so to take that low into the bottom right corner, that is just brilliant from Rise, and that is the equalizer.
Tira with the kickoff, and it's a good one. Actually, it only falls to Monkey Moon, who gets over the top of Rise. BDS might be able to kill Team Queso as soon as they equalize. Extra shoots, it's weak for Tira, will be able to get a save. But Mark Baye can keep the attack going. This one's to the ceiling. Extra's going to win this race against both Team Queso defenders. There's a chance for Monkey Moon. He slows his roll, and then he rolls it home.
Oh, that is cheeky. Going for the chip. Extra has to shoot it. The bump doesn't come in. Monkey Moon slows it down, sends two players to it, says goodnight. An exemplary shot.
Team BDS showing that they are not afraid to retake the lead when it's taken away from them, and the kickoff has been purposely lost towards Vatira, though. Team Queso maybe with one more chance. There's a pass in the center. Monkey Moon's been taken out the game, but he just manages to keep his car somewhat in the way, making sure there's nowhere Team Queso can put that ball. They're completely out of boost. They just want to take some control of it, but they can't do it. And Team BDS inevitably are going to take that 2-0 lead.
The constant contention from Monkey Moon on that ball shut it down at the end, and that's exactly how he played throughout. That chasing style to shut down anything Queso wanted to respond with, and they weren't able to get too much going. It came down to Rise having 3 defenders against him in awkward positions, and then he still went for that 1v1 bottom right corner. Brilliant chance. Extra's goal, sending it from midfield, was exactly what they needed to do as well. Just withstand every single shot they're able to and then work on the counter. Something that you don't normally see BDS do realistically. You know they can defend, and you know they're more than happy to do so. But typically, they'll want to just charge down, get those 50 goals, try and get in the face of you in the box. The fact that then they're happy just to absorb what Team Queso want to throw at them and then send it long downfield, go for a Hail Mary. It's a scary time for Queso.
As we head into Game 3, if there was one word that I would use to summarize Team BDS's performance so far, it would be professional. They are not overextending. They realize they're coming up against an opponent that isn't wounded, but is a little bit slower, and so far it's been working, but Team Queso show signs of life.
Yeah, a misposition there from Extra starts to turn into it, and it bounces just perfectly for Team Queso, for Rise to get his nose to it under the crossbar. But with Extra turning on it and then having to turn back again, precious seconds wasted. And the opening goal for Team Queso and their first lead in the series.
Joyo could double it right here. The flip reset goes underneath Monkey Moon almost. But Monkey Moon got himself in the way and then got a decent challenge in the middle against Rise. Extra versus Joyo. Who's going to be next to control this ball? It's racers to each touch at the moment. Vatira, Monkey Moon. Monkey Moon is the first one to really take control of it and put it around the corner, get a couple more touches. Extra's waiting for the ball. Will he get it? There's a fake there as well. Vatira has to keep an eye on Extra. What a finish from Extra again.
When it rains, it pours, and Extra summons the rain cloud on that blue net to the opposite corner. It just tucks ever so neatly behind Joyo. The equalizer is brilliant.
Team Queso are at least starting to score some goals now, but every time they do, Team BDS just equalize in seconds. Their kickoff game has been fantastic, and they are taking every chance that they get. Team Queso will take heart from the start of this first game, managing to get the lead, managing to get some control of the ball. That's a really nice touch there from Rise. He and Joyo had the same idea. Oh no, it's backfired completely.
Monkey Moon as well, getting rid of Rise, saying, nah. You're not going to try and do that on my pitch, mate. Touch though from Joyo leaves it for Vatira, then challenge. Couple of opportunities now for Team Queso to try and get their lead back yet again, but with Extra and Mark both not knowing who to go for that ball. Extra parks on the boost, waits to get the 100, heads straight back into the fight.
Oh, but look at Joyo go. Can he connect with it? Oh, not quite. So close. Again, Team Queso showing signs that they're just starting to come into this grand finals and realize where they are. Rub their eyes and blink a couple of times and make themselves wide awake. But BDS are going to keep on coming. Marked by 8 towards Vatira. Can he get into this series? Only 30 points so far for the Frenchman. Shows how he's been dulled a little bit by Team BDS's defense. Can he change that? Gets a flip reset. There's a bump going on. Joyo is going to do so much work, but Vatira does the rest.
When he's called upon, Vatira is going to show up with one flip reset. Lands to fake out the high defender. Mark sits sedentary and has to watch that ball find the bottom corner. Team Queso earn their lead yet again.
About 30 seconds before that, Joyo and Rise had both gone for bumps instead of the ball, and it had backfired, as I mentioned. That time, Joyo went for the bump again. He wasn't shaken off playing that playstyle, and it worked because the communications were better, and Vatira had the mechanics to really punish Team BDS and give Team Queso their second lead of this series. Vatira, can he get another one? Not quite. And Team BDS can take it away with Extra to the backboard. And there's Joyo going around the corner. BDS are going to have to dig themselves out of another hole, Stumpy.
They've done it before, and I'm sure we will see them do it again. But it's Rise wanting to make that hole ever deeper by digging below the feet of BDS, with Mark trying to flick it high. Just waits on the backboard, gets called off by Extra with the forward momentum. Really good communication on a team where Monkey Moon previously has very openly said, and maybe inadvisably said, communication, it's not there sometimes.
Rise, he has the mechanics here. Oh, there he goes. To the backboard, he's trying to get the dunk on it on Monkey Moon. But Monkey Moon's defending again. Terrific. He's just won that one cleanly, but it's just falling to Team Queso a lot at the moment. If you see as well, Team Queso, they're taking that split second longer, reading where Team BDS are putting the ball, and that's allowing them to have a slightly better read of it and more control over where to put it, better clearances, better passes, and better opportunities. Team Queso have stepped up in every game so far, but BDS are still so dangerous. Extra just can't stop scoring.
Extra reaching out of the hole, clawing the mud back in, patting it down, and rising to level ground yet again. That demo smoke screening the defense. 2 minutes remain, BDS draw level.
Team Queso, though, still looking better, I'd say they've shaded it as the better team so far in this game, but no longer anything to show from it, especially if they concede here. But there's a good challenge from Rise. Joyo is just watching Monkey Moon, trying to read where he's going to put the ball. Where he does put it is towards Mark by 8. Then there's Monkey Moon again. Great interplay from Team BDS as Extra steams in. The man of the moment as far as scoring goals. This is what Team Queso want to be able to do, though. Dribble that ball out of their goal line.
We saw this happen so much in groups previously as well, where BDS would go down by 1 goal and then they'd suddenly equalize. It would happen time and time again. And BDS are just so adept at not letting a single goal faze them. When it comes down to 0 seconds, they're a team that will try so hard, just like everyone at this level, but are usually more successful than most at then getting that goal back. It is never dead in these games, and BDS are fully aware of their skill at the death.
Team BDS, the standards that they have to achieve, just to achieve par are so high. They literally have to win tournaments or else people say, oh my goodness, there's a problem there at Extra. It's causing so many problems for the Team Queso defense right now. They are just desperate to get hold of the ball whenever he has it. As ever, causing chaos in his opponent's half. And now Monkey Moon can come in. Everybody on Team BDS knowing their roles, doing their jobs. Team Queso having to stand so strong and tall to defend against it. These big booms, absolutely huge, so they can get some boost again. Vatira might be able to fake out Monkey Moon, or just barge straight through him, but it's saved by Extra.
Opportunity yet again for Team Queso. It's felt like a little while since they've had a proper one. Now Joyo, the man who was going for aggression earlier, tries for it again. The bump happens twice, and yet Monkey Moon stands tall.
So close. Mark by 8, a counter-attack maybe for Team BDS. Vatira's dodge almost sent the ball racing towards the goal, but it was a little bit wide, thankfully, for Team Queso and their fans. And to be honest, for this series as well, it's going to be really tough if it goes to 3-0 Team BDS. Vatira with a flip reset. Here's Rise. Extra steaming in from the side. More speed from Team BDS. They look that little bit faster. Reading the ball slightly better. It does seem like we're going to have our first overtime of the series. Unless something crazy happens here. Joy does keep it up. Wants to get something going. Wants to win this one before we go to overtime. Vatira puts it towards Rise. Joy's to the side, but it's charged down. We have overtime.
BDS looked terrifyingly comfortable sitting back there, where they knew that they had a moment just to take stock, you know, get a little bit of boost, and then actually go for the plays out of their own back third. Very, very scary that they're just happy to sit back and absorb all of Team Queso. But on this push, immediately from kickoff, it's pandemonium.
Oh, lovely touch there from Vatira. Joy is up for it, but Mark Bayer and Monkey Moon were as well. Now Rise is coming in. More demos. Team Queso have definitely upped the aggression game in this game. Joy's going to have to do some defending up against Extra. He's missed the ball completely. We'll call it tactical. He meant that, I'm sure.
Mark by 8, going to the right-hand side with Extra all on his own. Can head high, but with not too much boost. He picks up that corner 100. Brilliant rotation just to start the starve. Monkey Moon attempts to go low. Now it's Mark by 8, 15 again. Extra using that 100 boost to fly from cross pitch and gets it again. Perfectly timed 10 seconds.
11 shots have come in from Team BDS. None from Mark by 8, who's playing more of an interruption role, and it's Extra that's looking most likely. Rise with 0 boost on the goal line kept his composure, but Extra can come again. Joyo is up. He's on 0 as well. They're completely starved, and BDS have done it.
I have died and gone to attacking heaven. Extra with one touch there to the backboard, taps it out, and has Monkey Moon waiting in such a prime prepped and ready position. With 1 minute gone, that's BDS 3-0 up. The hype chamber is glowing with the blood of BDS.
Yeah, the blue and the purple are raining out. It is looking every bit like it's going to be Team BDS's first regional of the 21-22 season. Still the team to beat in EU. Even when Team Queso were coming into it, Stumpy, they just can't hold their leads.
BDS managed to get 14 shots in that game, and you might think, hey, that's spread out against 3 people with a game, with an overtime. It's no problem. Mark got 0. There were 7 apiece for Monkey and Extra, and Mark was just chilling out. Apparently, not doing much offensively, but you've got a lot of the factors that are the unquantifiable off-ball plays, the things that really aren't as tangible as a number on a scoreboard. That's where Mark seems to be fitting in. Going away from that typical very attacking style to link up at the top with Monkey Moon. You normally say that Extra is maybe the more unquantifiable player, and Monkey Moon is the man who is involved with 3/4 of the goals that BDS score. It is time now for Queso. They need to get a single game to start this best-of-7 reverse sweep. Otherwise, BDS lock their place and their plane tickets for Los Angeles.
I'm pretty sure in the pre-show, Stumpy, you predicted for us that the finals would have a reverse sweep in Series 1 and then a 4-0 to the team that did the reverse sweep in Series 2. I can't remember what teams they were, but this is going according to your vision so far.
It was EG and Queso from the lowers. So.
Oh, there you go. So you've predicted weird things before. So stranger things have happened. Maybe Team Queso do bring themselves back into this one with a reverse sweep. They have got 4 games in a row against BDS before, don't forget, in that first regional. But not with BDS playing like this. They look absolutely terrifying. Dribbles from players like Rise are going to be so important for Team Queso, but Joyo was so far back. You can't score if you're all the way back in the midfield.
It's now BDS continuing to push. That 50 with enough energy to punch through a planet. The ball falling perfectly to Monkey Moon. It's just that dominance from Extra going through 2 players to get the ball rolling nicely. Monkey with a tap in and BDS with a lead.
Team BDS are just holding Team Queso at arm's length, waiting for them to tucker themselves out and just pushing them over, giving them a prod, and they are toppling. It's amazing play from Team BDS. They are leaving nothing in the tank. Nothing is wasted. Every finish is finding its way home.
Time and time again, BDS surprise us with a couple of iffy performances, and we think maybe Europe's catching up. Maybe this is the time where they then don't go through to the big event at the end and just romp through. And BDS are here to show us that regional events, maybe they can win them as well as majors.
We are 3 minutes and 50 seconds away from knowing our first 2 major qualifiers. A reminder that if BDS win this one, they will be heading to LA as well as Team Queso. Team Queso, they'll still feel they can do this. They just have to keep on fighting, keep on believing. Joyo with a good touch. Rice is there trying to cause some pandemonium in the Team BDS defense, but the defending has just been, I would say, close to perfect from Team BDS. When you consider how good Team Queso are in attack, how many goals they normally score, and how much BDS are limiting them, it's incredibly impressive.
I feel like Queso have just been utterly outwitted in this. It seems like they've become a little bit more blunt, maybe just tired, and that is absolutely a factor. As you said, Cole, they've played 3 best-of-7s. They've gone to 2 game-7s in those best-of-7s, and this is their 3rd of the day. It is knackering. It's so hard to keep up that pace against BDS at that. We've seen World Championships decided on this. If you have any veterans here, back in the Gale Force era versus Method, when they had to play in the uppers, it's so hard to maintain that pressure. And Rocket League, quite frankly, was easier back then.
Oh, Vatira, can he squeeze this one in? Oh, it's just not Team Queso's day, and Mark Piet arrives to send the ball away as well. Nothing is working for the cheesy team right now. Everything is going BDS's way. Vatira can't get past Monkey Moon, who is having the time of his life right now. No boost. Forward he still marches. No boost to even steal. It doesn't matter. They're still getting the passes. They're still getting the goals. They're still getting the victory.
Sharing goals this time. 1 apiece. Extra joins Mark and Monkey in potentially sealing their fate for the next winter major. It's so exciting seeing them play this well. Team Queso have done so well to get here, and then they need to just be able to have that stamina to compete through game days at this level. It is horrifying having to do it, but these slogs are what competition is all about.
It shows you how impressive Team Dignitas's lower bracket run was in the last regional. When they started in the very first lower bracket round and won 5 or 6 series in a row to make it all the way to the final, when they came up against Queso, and Queso did what BDS are now doing to Queso to them as well. So, yeah, I think that's something that we forget when we watch Rocket League. We forget how exhausted these players must be. Yeah. But BDS, I mean, take nothing away from them at all. You know, you can still lose to a tired opponent, to an opponent that's not thinking and making weird plays, doing odd rotations, going for the solo weird mechanical plays you were talking about earlier. BDS haven't fallen for anything that Team Queso are doing.
And that's exactly where Team Queso thrive, and it's how they get through a lot of teams. It's how previously they've gotten through BDS and have recently been able to do that in a previous winter event. It's those moments that Queso really shine in. But BDS had just had their number today, coming through a little bit fresher. Monkey Moon up for yet another. Can't quite bump Vatira out of the way. There's 1 minute and 10 seconds left with a 3-goal lead by BDS. You have to just see the curtain start to close on this incredible Premier Cup.
They're turning into a team, Team BDS, that win when it matters. Going into this season, what mattered to them the most was winning at the major, taking victory at a LAN, and they did exactly that. And now we're back online. Team BDS didn't want to surrender their record as being the only team to have 2 EU regional events in a row. Team Queso were looking like they had every chance, but Team BDS say no. Now it's time to win. Now it matters, and we will not give you a sniff. And Extra is scoring again, padding his stats. It's 4-0.
This series has been decided so much on these midfield plays, where we've seen goals go in from them, but not only that, we're seeing less saves statistically across the board for BDS compared to their average, nearly half of their average. We are seeing so few shots for Queso, which is so much lower. It's their lowest shots per game they have had at all in any series so far. It has been the biggest series that we have seen for BDS versus one of their most staunch opponents. It is phenomenal, it is Extra, and it is the era of BDS.
Extra has done so much work breaking down Team Queso, and look at him go, he's having a great time. Even Monkey Moon getting in the way can't put Extra off his game right now. It is a romp, it is a waltz. They are just dawdling to the finish line, Team BDS, making it look so easy against poor old Team Queso. Will they get a 6th just to put another cherry on top of this massive, beautiful cake? It's saved by Vatira now.
BDS will be heading to Los Angeles alongside the opponent they have absolutely obliterated on Utopia. They will join NRG from North America, and they are going to continue to give us the greatest Rocket League we have ever seen.